Mr. Beast spent $250,000 building a single YouTube set. Ninja signed a 30M platform deal and the platform died in 12 months. This is every streamer setup ranked, from solo grind room to content mansion. Pokimane built her entire brand on being the relatable girl next door, streaming from what fans swore was a 1,500 month apartment, Blue Yeti on the desk, nothing fancy. And for years, it worked. She was pulling 2-3M annually between Twitch and brand deals by 2022, according to Forbes. Then, somewhere between the Elgato keylights and the Canon EOS R5 upgrade, she quietly purchased a Beverly Hills adjacent LA home estimated between $3 and $4 million. No announcement, no house tour, no reveal stream. I just feel like I'm a really normal person. Apparently so normal she forgot to mention the multi-million-dollar property. S tier. Valkyrae was YouTube's #1 female gaming creator in 2021 on a reported $1.5 million per year exclusivity deal, streaming from a bedroom with a ring light and a foldable desk. And somehow, after all that, she went on stream and said she still doesn't feel rich. Then she bought a roughly $2 million LA home anyway, dedicated streaming room, Elgato Stream Deck, XL, Sony ZV, E10, the works. She co-founded the 100 Thieves content house, left to go solo, and apparently couldn't emotionally comprehend owning the property she was already living in. I still don't feel rich, like, at all, girl. The ring light is gone, the foldable desk is gone. B tier. Vicstar123 went from literally sleeping on the floor of the Sideman house to owning a $5 million marble-floored mansion in England, plus a $4 million London apartment on the side, because apparently one multi-million-pound property just isn't enough. The mansion has a bathroom twice the size of the bedroom he grew up in. There's a dedicated content room, a cinema room, and this is exactly what it sounds like, a secret room hidden behind the kitchen. A secret room behind the kitchen. I've got a room here that nobody knows about behind the kitchen wall. And he filmed the entire house tour in a hoodie. Because when you've got secret passageways and marble everything, you dress however you want. This guy went from borrowing floor space in someone else's YouTube house to owning 2 high-value properties before turning 30. The secret room alone probably costs more than most people's first cars. S tier. Queso's card got declined at a dollar store. Not metaphorically, literally declined, days before he quit his job to stream full-time.
A couple days before I started streaming, my card got declined at the dollar store.
And now the man owns a house with a swimming pool, a personal gym, an arcade, an indoor basketball court, and dedicated streaming rooms. Plural. There's no 50M kick deal here. No YouTube exclusivity money. No secret crypto wallet. Queso built this off-grind, gradually upgrading from a budget setup in a spare room to a property that sounds like someone described the content mansion to an AI and hit generate. My card got declined at the dollar store right before I went full-time. Like, the dollar store, swimming pool, gym, arcade, basketball court, all in the same building he streams from. He went from card declined at a dollar store to indoor basketball court without a single reported 9-figure deal to his name, which is either deeply inspiring or deeply embarrassing for everyone else on this list. B tier. Marlon uploaded a house tour called 1 Million House. Then, a few days later, quietly changed the title to 5 Million House. No correction video, just a silent $4 million edit. The house has a backyard the size of a football pitch, a kitchen designed for a chef who's never touched a microwave, and, apparently, multiple sheds that Marlon references with genuine emotional investment. The man has a Michelin tier kitchen, and his favorite part of the property is the outbuildings. The original title wasn't even close. That's not rounding up. That's casually misplacing $4 million in a YouTube thumbnail and hoping nobody noticed. This is probably the best part of the property right here. He is pointing at a shed. Goalpost-sized backyard, restaurant-grade kitchen, and the highlight is a garden structure you could buy at B&Q. Marlon turned a typo into a flex and a shed into a personality. C tier. Hassan Abi pulls in somewhere between 2-4M a year, explaining why billionaires shouldn't exist. And apparently the math checks out, because in 2021 he dropped $3 million on a 4,000 square foot, 5-bedroom, 6-bathroom house in West Hollywood, complete with a backyard pool, while his Twitch chat typed, "Seize the means of production" in real time. The thing is, Hassan never really denied the contradiction. He leaned into it, loudly, on camera, for hours. "I'm a socialist, not a monk. 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, West Hollywood, pool." The man has more bathrooms than most people have appliances. And somehow, the setup running all this anti-capitalist content sits inside a property worth more than most people's entire neighborhoods. It's ideologically complicated and architecturally excellent. B tier. Kai Cenat paid $200,000 a month to stream from someone else's house. And not just any house. The Chartwell estate in Beverly Hills, once listed at $195 million, once called the most expensive home in America. Vineyard, 50-seat private theater, a revolving disco floor, the kind of property where the bathroom probably has a bathroom. For Mafia Dawn 3, Kai rented the whole thing, $200,000 a month, and he streamed from it, in a hoodie, probably eating snacks. The estate sits on 10 acres with panoramic city views, a guest house, and enough square footage to fit several content houses inside it. The listing agent was visibly vibrating. But here's the thing, Kai owns none of it. Not a single revolving tile, not one wine grape. The vineyard, the theater, the marble, the disco floor, all someone else's. He's technically a very expensive tenant. BRO, this house is insane. It is insane. It's also not his. A man paying rent that costs more per month than most mortgages cost per decade just to stream a video game. That's the most Kai Cenat thing that has ever happened. B tier. Laserbeam bought a beachside house in Cloverleigh, a suburb in Sydney, Australia. Apparently, that was enough to move the entire local property market. After he moved in, property values in the area reportedly jumped 50%. The setup is exactly what you'd expect from someone living 15 minutes from the ocean. Natural light, relaxed energy, and the kind of backdrop that makes your microphone setup look intentional even when it isn't. I literally just bought a house, bro. And the whole suburb felt it. This guy went from grinding Australian YouTube to accidentally becoming a one-man gentrification event. Real estate agents in Cloverleigh probably have his face on a poster. B tier. XQC went from mining crypto in his mom's basement to a $5 million Las Vegas mansion with enough perimeter security to make Fort Knox feel underdressed. Then he put $100 million worth of crypto on a USB stick in a safety deposit box somewhere.
I got AMP's entire net worth on a one USB stick in some safety deposit box somewhere, okay, buddy?
Which is exactly the kind of financial strategy that sounds insane until you realize it worked. The setup inside matches the energy. Multiple monitors, a chair that costs more than most people's first car, and a streaming rig built less like a content creator's desk and more like a military operations center. $5 million of real estate in Vegas, fully locked down, run by one guy, technically still just sitting in a room yelling at video games. I got AM's entire net worth on one USB stick in some safety deposit box somewhere. Then Kik handed him a 2-year, $70 million deal, which quietly means XQC now gets paid fortress-level money to livestream from an actual fortress. He went from basement crypto mining to owning a Vegas compound before most people figured out what crypto was. The security budget alone is probably someone else's entire net worth. S tier. Adin Ross negotiated a 10-acre Florida estate down by $7 million, not haggled a few grand off a couch. $7 million off a house, which still ended up being the biggest residential sale in Florida state history at the time. The property itself is genuinely absurd. A full spa, a dedicated art studio, and a Michelin star level kitchen built for someone who apparently uses it primarily to reheat pizza. The man secured a $50 million Kik deal, used it to buy a compound that broke state records, and then immediately domesticated it. The setup inside doesn't disappoint either. Multiple streaming stations, production-ready lighting, the kind of rig that makes a content house look like a content campus. Backed by $50 million of platform money, Aiden didn't just buy a streamer house. He bought a Florida landmark. He negotiated $7 million off a record-breaking estate, moved into a spa compound with a chef's kitchen, and somehow still made reheating leftovers his signature move. S tier. And here's the thing. The Florida estate wasn't even the whole story. Aiden also owns a $15 million Jamaica mansion sitting on its own private beach. Private beach. The man owns literal oceanfront Caribbean real estate, complete with the kind of setup that makes luxury resorts genuinely embarrassed. Multiple rooms, full staff accommodations, the whole picture. Bro, I'm just trying to chill at Kate's place. And yet, reportedly, Aiden spends most of his time trying to crawl into bed at his Romanian landlord's house. A man with a spa compound in Florida and a Caribbean villa finds someone else's couch more appealing. 2 properties worth a combined $25 million, and he's knocking on a different door. S tier. Kai Cenat doesn't just rent mansions, he builds a portfolio while doing it. Beyond the Beverly Hills rental flex, Kai co-owns the $10 million AM house alongside his crew. That's actual equity, not a monthly check written to someone else's landlord. Then he bought his mom her own house outright, then funded a $1 million dedicated streaming house so his friends could grind content without distraction, then quietly stacked 6 rental properties on top of all of that. And he's 22. Most streamers at his level are renting the lifestyle. Kai apparently decided to own the infrastructure underneath it. Co-ownership stake in a 10M property, a friend compound, 6 income-generating rentals, and a mom who never has to worry about rent again. It ain't even about the clout, bro. Family first. This guy went from New York apartments to landlord with a content campus before he could legally rent a car in most states. A year. Kai rented that 195M Beverly Hills estate for content. Kaisen apparently just lives in one. The compound sits on 25 acres in Beverly Hills, once listed at $195 million, the kind of number that makes listing agents forget how to form sentences. Reportedly, when Kaisen's people showed up, real estate agents were visibly losing it. Vineyard, private road, square footage that qualifies as its own zip code. And the setup isn't a bedroom desk wedged into a corner, it's a full compound built around content production with acreage to spare. This doesn't even feel real. This guy went from grinding streams to operating out of one of Beverly Hills' most storied estates. S tier. Mr. Beast didn't upgrade his setup, he replaced the entire concept of one. Jimmy Donaldson started streaming from a childhood bedroom in Greenville, North Carolina, the kind of town most people drive through without stopping. Then, Forbes estimated he earned $82 million in 2022 alone, and suddenly Greenville had a content campus on it. Not a house, a campus. Multiple buildings, dedicated editing bays, full production studios, set construction facilities large enough to build actual game show sets from scratch. This isn't a streamer with good lighting, it's a small television network run by a guy in his mid-20s who still puts beast in everything he touches. And every dollar gets immediately recycled back into production. The 82M doesn't sit in a Beverly Hills driveway. It becomes a buried alive challenge or a real-life Squid Game with a 406,000 prize pot. I reinvest everything back into the channel.
My lifestyle cheap, so I can just reinvest it all.
He went from a Greenville bedroom to operating what is functionally a studio lot before turning 25. S tier. Next up, Tyler Blevins built a broadcast suite worthy of the biggest streaming deal ever signed, then watched his platform disappear underneath it. Tyler Blevins signed the biggest streaming deal in history, a reported 2030M mixer exclusive in March 2019, and built a broadcast suite inside a 14.5M lakefront mansion in Palatine, Illinois to match. And the setup was legitimately impressive. Custom dual PC rig, Elgato 4K60 Pro Capture professional in-home studio built like a TV control room. This wasn't a bedroom with good lighting. This was a man who took the biggest bet in streaming seriously. I feel like Mixer is the right move. Then Mixer shut down June 22, 2020, 13 months after he signed. The platform dissolved, the deal evaporated, and that 14.5M mansion quietly hit the market in 2022. The thing is, the studio was perfect. The platform just ceased to exist underneath it, which is exactly what it sounds like. He went from the biggest streaming deal ever signed to streaming on Twitch again like nothing happened. B tier. Shroud signed a Mixer exclusive reportedly worth over 10 million, then watched the platform dissolve in June 2020, same month as Ninja. But where Ninja had a 14.5M lakefront mansion to offload, Shroud just quietly went back to Twitch. No drama, no farewell stream, no real estate casualty. His San Jose setup had evolved from a single monitor desk into a professionally soundproofed broadcast room, acoustic panels, dialed lighting, clean cable management. I just like playing games. And that's genuinely it. No content house, no compound, no kick deal. Just a guy who built a serious studio, got paid 10 million, shrugged and kept grinding. Somehow, that's more intimidating than the mansions. C tier. Disguised Toast lived inside the offline TV Los Angeles house. Rent reportedly $7,000 a month, split across Pokimane, Scara, Lily Pichu, and him. Streaming card games and deception games from a shared communal setup where anyone could walk into frame at any moment. Then he left. Quietly built a solo production room. No housemates, no accidental background cameos, just a clean, controlled setup built for one person who apparently realized that living with your content is different from living as your content. I like being alone. I get more work done. And honestly, the communal to independent arc is the most normal thing anyone on this list has done. B tier. Sikuno streamed from a small bedroom in his parents' LA house for years. No dedicated studio, no soundproofing, no grand setup announcement, while quietly becoming a top 10 Twitch personality with millions of followers and a YouTube deal to match. Then he moved into his own streaming apartment. No house tour, no reveal video, no dramatic drone footage of a driveway, just gone from the bedroom and apparently somewhere else now. I'm pretty introverted, so I don't really like showing too much. Which explains everything. This guy went from streaming in his childhood bedroom to running a full solo content operation and somehow made the whole transition invisible. B tier. Offline TV pulled this off before anyone had a name for it. A rented house in Encino, somewhere between $7,000 and $10,000 a month, shared by Pokimane, Scara, Disguised Toast, and Lily Pichu, 4 streamers under one roof, cameras rolling, content generating itself just from people eating breakfast together. Nobody had really tried this before at scale. No corporate sponsor architecture, no brand activation floor plan, just a monthly lease split between people who happen to be extremely online. Disguised Toast streamed from a spare room. Pokimane ran brand deals from hers. Lily Pichu somehow made the whole thing feel genuinely wholesome. Living with people you actually like changes everything about how you create. That house quietly became the blueprint every collab house after it either copied or tried to surpass. The AM house, the 100 Thieves compound, the 200K a month rentals, all of them trace back to this one lease. S tier, the template. Nadesha didn't rent a spare bedroom and call it a content house. He built a 15,000 square foot headquarters in Culver City, California, branded it the Cash App Compound, and put an entire esports organization under one roof. And this wasn't bootstrapped hustle money. 100 Thieves closed a $35 million funding round, backed by Drake, Scooter Braun, and Dan Gilbert, which apparently makes it the only gaming org that can legitimately claim rap industry co-signers on the balance sheet. Inside, you've got professional streaming studios, recording booths for the podcast arm, merchandise fulfillment, and a full creative team operating simultaneously. This isn't a house with a ring light in the corner. It's a production company that happens to have people playing video games in it. We built this place so our creators never have to compromise on production quality. The thing is, while everyone else on this list upgraded from bedroom to mansion, Nadeshot skipped residential entirely and went straight to corporate campus. No kitchen reveals, no hot tub tour, just a building. And somehow that's simultaneously the most impressive and least fun setup we've covered. S tier, the suit and tie version of streaming. This grandma paid off her entire mortgage by playing Skyrim on Twitch. No production crew, no content house, no stream deck. And that's where we close this whole list. Because after 20 setups ranging from 1,500 apartments to 195 million Beverly Hills estates, the person who arguably won streaming the hardest is an anonymous older woman who booted up a decade-old RPG, let chat watch her wander through Whiterun, and somehow turned subscriber donations into a paid-off deed. No ring light, no Canon EOS R5, no 50 million kick deal subsidizing the overhead. Just a game, a microphone that probably cost $30, and a chat that showed up every single day because she was, apparently, more entertaining than every custom-built studio on this list combined. The thing is, every entry above her had a spec sheet. She just had a vibe. And the vibe won. S tier, obviously. Subscribe to the channel for more tier lists like this.